All right, folks. Hey, Gene Galin here with Coach K at Seaforth High School. They just played. Who'd you just play? Chatham Central. There you go. I had a memory loss there for a second. You lost 3-2. However, that second match was like your best match. You tied, I think, 5 or 6 times in that match, and you have definitely improved since the beginning of the year, and you're 4th in the conference.
Yes, we are.
So tell us what's happening that's good, because it seems to be trending in the right direction.
Coach Brown and myself and Coach Jones, we've all been working really hard on getting the kids or athletes, to do coverage when they're swinging, coverage when they're blocking, moving their feet, and I talked the last time about being smart, making smart plays, and they're really listening and dialing in on that. And as young as they are, to see the development in the mental part of the game is really important to us, and we're proud of what we're seeing so far. Are
you finding at this point of the season that they're doing stuff that you told them at the beginning of the season and you're not having necessarily to say to them right now? She's thinking.
We still repeat ourselves constantly. So they're doing what we want them to do, and you can see them making those right choices. And then they'll revert back. So it's the staying on the continuing to make smart plays and smart decisions.
So you just have to keep repeating yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you just have to keep repeating yourself?
Teacher stuff. I'm used to it.
Teacher stuff. But biggest improvements that you're seeing, you mentioned overall as a team. How about individuals? Who have you seen that's kind of, since the beginning of the year to right now, you've seen the biggest improvements in?
Juliet Van Olinda. She's our right side hitter. She's made a lot of improvements, especially using the block to her advantage. Bella Chang as well. She's one of the ones that we've worked on about making smart choices and doing those and following through with those smart decisions. Lily Doolin stepping up to be a middle hitter when she wasn't a middle hitter. She was an outside. Honestly, they've all done a great job really stepping up and following the directions that we've given.
So it sounds like, hey, even if you land, and again, you're close to 500%, but if 500%, 50-50. If you don't have a winning record this year, it sounds like you're setting them up for success for next year.
That's the goal, and that's what I keep telling not just myself, which has to be reminded constantly that they're young, but I just told them over in our meeting, in our huddle, you guys are young, and this is, what we're doing now can only grow from here, and we can only get better as we mature.
Right.
So getting those plays and those next steps and getting over the lulls when we dive into a lull and coming out of that. Yeah.
The lull, there we go.
It's this roller coaster constantly. So and that's the youth side
right.
of it, is that roller coaster of, I have high energy, I've made a couple of mistakes and I can't get myself back out of them. So
right.
It's just figuring those out. And
they need to be Goldfish. What's the Goldfish memory? 10 seconds. So
right,
if they do something bad, just move on.
To the next. Yeah, constantly. If you listen, you can hear Coach Brown or myself or Coach Jones saying, "Okay, next,
right,
next, move on, one pass." That just those reminders of getting.
Let me ask you another question. Early on, you mentioned you wanted them, and you've been seeing improvement in coverage. For someone who doesn't follow volleyball, and coverage means different things in different sports. So in volleyball, when you say improve coverage, what exactly do you mean?
When someone on your team goes up to swing, you
right.
follow them in and cover for the block from the other side.
Oh,
and then
okay.
It's the same thing on the opposite. When we go up to block, we have people back there behind to cover if the block just tips off and they're there, or the player on the other side tips it over.
There you go, folks. Fundamentals 101 in volleyball, kind of. But you've seen that, and I was going to say, I've been here on occasion since one of the very first games, and you seem to be improving, and your team seems to be talking to each other more.
Yes, I will say they've done a lot better on the communication part.
And that's important. It's not just you and Coach Brown
right.
out there
right.
talking to them all the time.
What can I do next? Sorry, I should have called the ball. Yeah, that's my ball, yours. Talking to each other. They're a lot better. And it's something we've repeated from day one. It's the constant repetition. Talk. So yeah, they're getting there.
Well, Coach Weldon of the Chatham Central team also mentioned that you're doing a great job with the team, and he enjoys playing against you because you're a Chatham County team, and
Absolutely.
that's nice. And we had a group shot at the end there with everybody. I didn't see you jumping though, but that's okay.
I told you, old people were stepping out for that one. I
Old
can't do that no
people,
more.
yeah. It's just like she can't do selfies. Yeah, that's true. Come on, you could have jumped a little bit, but it's all right. We'll have that picture posted of both teams together jumping. And hey, Coach, you're doing a fantastic job. Thanks for talking.
Thanks.